Hello, it is July 5th when I'm filming this, and I decided I'm going to do kind of a 6-month check-in and reset. I feel like as we're going into the really hot months, there are some things that I just feel like I'm not going to be using for the next few months, so keeping them in would just be kind of discouraging. Plus, I just want to kind of just check in because I feel like it's really cool that it's been half a year since I started this project. So let's get started. First, I do want to start with just what I finished this month, not just with the project, but in general. So I did finish the sunscreen stick that I got a couple months ago. I'm not going to rebuy this. I did end up not super loving it. I found that to get enough coverage, I had to put on quite a bit, and then when I would start to sweat, it would feel really heavy on my face. I'm looking into some Korean sunscreens. You know, the good news about those is that the FDA approved the Korean filters, or at least one of them. Not just Korean filters, but just the advanced filters that they've been using in other countries for a long time. So we should be getting the real formulations of some of the Korean sunscreens soon. So I haven't gone and bought a new one yet, but I plan to very soon. And then this is, okay, so I did finish this, what was originally in this jar a long time ago, but this was actually the Derma E Lavender Night Cream. I dropped the jar and it broke the lid, so I just moved it into something else. So I finished this. And that's actually what this replaced. So this is something new that I brought in. I'll talk about that in a minute. And then finally finished the mousse. It was actually really just a little bit of a fizzle left in this. So it was actually kind of finished last month. Because there wasn't really a great usage out of it the last little bit. It didn't really foam up any. So yeah, this is gone. I'm so excited about that. So then, yeah, moving into what I brought in, I only brought in one thing this month, and that was this. It's a new moisturizer, non-sunscreen moisturizer, and it's basically a barrier moisturizer. It has similar ingredients to the Cicaplast from La Roche-Posay, but I'm not buying those products right now. So this is the first one I found that I really thought was the most similar to it. It has panthenol, it also has the Cica, and it actually has a nicer formula, I think, than the Cicaplast because it's not quite as thick. I really have been enjoying this one a lot, so I'm pleased. And it was not super expensive, so I love that. So then let's move on to a couple things I'm just going to take out for now of the challenge of the project, because I just found that with the heat, it's just so hot that I just don't want to use them. I'm taking out the Kind Tint, and it's so funny because this is very light, but it still feels like makeup when it's on, especially when you put a little powder over it, and I just wasn't liking having it on. So this is gonna go until the weather cools down a little bit, and then so will the primer, because if I'm not needing to wear a full face of makeup, I'm not going to be using the primer. I might use it a little bit, and not to say that I'm not going to be using these at all, you know, but I'm just not going to worry about them for the project. So they're not going like to be put away or anything. I'm just not going to be measuring them for the project. So now we'll start with the products that are in the challenge. So the Ramon mask, which I've continued to use religiously. I love it. And we'll take a look. And just like normal, going through about a gram a month. The mousse is gone. The Kind Tint we're not doing. I decided to do the sleep oil this month again. We'll just see if it has gone down any. I skipped last month measuring it. It's at 7. Oh, so it's still at 7. So we'll skip next month again with that. And then the Laura Geller, that's not on here anymore. So now we don't really have a lot of things we're weighing at all on here. The Carol's Daughter sample, I said I had 2 of these. This is still the first one. It is almost gone. Nowhere way to measure this other than feel. I didn't really want to weigh it, but we've got about 1 more use left in this one. I love this stuff. It's really great. Then we have the Pacifica Kindred Spirit Hair and Body Mist. Been using this a lot. I'll just throw up a picture here comparing the last 2. Definitely made a lot of progress with this. I'll do a picture with this one as well. You see, we've just getting rid of still working on those sides there. This one, we're really coming to the end on this one. We're just about there. This one I have been using. It's interesting to see what I've been using the most. Obviously this one here, and I've been using this one a little bit. And kind of what's been replacing the Kind Tint is that I've just been brushing this kind of over my cheeks to dull the redness and the shine a little bit. And then of course still using a little bit near my hairline. Not on my full face because it is still too dark for my full face, even with my complexion being a little bit darker in the summer. But this has really just been all I've been using on my face instead of putting anything creamy on it. And then once again, I will put up a photo for this lip oil or lip gloss. It has made some progress as well, though not quite as much. Okay, so there will be a few things that I'm going to go ahead and add this time. So this is a hand cream. This is kind of funny because I bought it. I wasn't too thrilled with the smell, so I passed it on to one of the kids, and it kind of got passed back to me when they got one that they liked better. Not much left in it, so I'm just going to go ahead and use it. The smell doesn't bother me as bad as it used to somehow. And it's not that it even has a heavy smell. It's just kind of got a very generic smell to it. It just was not my thing at the time, but just using it in bed at night, it's not going to bother me. So that'll probably, I don't know if it'll be gone next month, but it'll go pretty fast. So we're going to go ahead and weigh that one. So 68 grams. And then this is a Shea body butter cream. I've had this for a bit. I've got another one in a lemon scent, so I figured I need to get these. This is really good on the feet and on the cuticles and stuff, so get through that one. $17 grams. And then since we took a face product out with the Kind Tint, I'm going to go ahead and add in one. It's a blush duo here. I've used the blush on here a couple times. I've not used the other more corally color. This is a cream. I've used that one a couple times, I should say. This more corally powder I have not used before. So as you can see, it's real, just pristine. So keeping up with progress on that one's going to be interesting, but we'll just use photos as always. And then the last thing, this guy has gotten to where, like, sharpening it and keeping it sharp is really hard. Like, an entire point fell off of it last time. So I'm going to go ahead and measure, but I'm mean, I know it's shorter, but I should measure just to keep things going. And it's a little less, it's about 1.5 now. So yeah, I'm basically at this point just using this as an eyeshadow. Instead of trying to use it as any kind of even blunt or like messy eyeliner, because it's just impossible to get a point without just wasting it. But it does really work as a nice soft sort of just simple eyeshadow look. So this one's almost done too. So there you go. That is our mid-year check-in and reset. And I will see you all next month. Thank you for tuning in.